weekly cards back at the Sportatorium draw loyal crowds, but tonight Fritz needed a much bigger venue, and judging by the sea of people here, they filled it.
Absolutely, Bill. Moving to a Sunday evening was a smart choice, too. Instead of the regular Monday night show at the smaller venues, this is a full-fledged Sunday event night. Families, young fans, longtime NWA supporters, everyone planned for this night. It became the place to be in Dallas.
And to make this a super show worthy of Reunion Arena, the card is absolutely stacked. Multiple main events, big-name guest stars like Mil Mascaras to appeal to the Latino audience, title matches, grudge matches, even a battle royal planned for later.
Bill, Fritz von Erich didn't just put together a wrestling show, he put together a wrestling festival, and the fans responded. This is the kind of night people will be talking about for years. Well, this is actually the first Star Wars Super Show of the year. This is held back on February 26th right here at Reunion Arena, and it set the tone for 1981 in a big way. This February event was the first time Fritz von Erich took the Dallas promotion into a major arena on this scale, and then it proved successful, and it opened the door for more big nights just like this.
And what a difference it's made. Before this year, fans didn't have large-scale themed supercards on a regular basis here in Texas. Shows at the Sportatorium were always tremendous, but these Star Wars events, well, they've become something entirely different. Bigger crowds, bigger cards, and major storylines all building to these nights.
Exactly, Bill. The February Super Show gives Fritz the confidence to keep going with the format. And now we have this June Star Wars, and there will be another one coming up in October. Plus, of course, the special Christmas night Star Wars tradition that's already become a highlight on the wrestling calendar.
And there's more to it than just big crowds. Many wrestling historians will look back at that February '81 event as the spark that lit the fuse for the golden era of this promotion. From 1981 through 1985, world-class championship wrestling would go on to break attendance records, gain national and international exposure, and revolutionize the way wrestling is presented. And as this promotion continues to grow, fans can expect even more innovations. We've already seen hints of more elaborate presentations, bigger entrances, and more focus on the athleticism and personal rivalries. This is the direction wrestling is heading, and world class is leading the way.
Exactly, these Star Wars cards are showing the wrestling world that if you give the fans a massive night of action with big payoffs, they'll come from all over to see it. We're hearing talk in other territories about developing their own major shows, and some of that inspiration is coming straight from what's happening right here in Texas. Von Erich's battling Gary Hart and his stable Kabuki Dragon Hussein's team. That's classic good versus evil. It's personal, it's dramatic, and it captured the imagination of fans. And we're seeing this stable of monsters approach catch on across the country.
Fritz von Erich has been a dominant figure in Texas wrestling for decades, but after 1981, he wrestled only a handful of matches. He's already spoken about stepping back, officially retiring next year. That February show was part of handing the torch to the next generation.
You had Fritz von Erich himself headlining the card, but at the same time, it was very clear that the future of this promotion was standing right behind him. His sons, Kevin, David, and Kerry. The younger Von Erichs are now the heart and soul of this promotion, and this February Star Wars event was a big step in cementing them as the top baby faces. You'll soon see men like the Magic Dragon, Checkmate, and more arriving on the scene, and all this eventually leads to one of the most influential groups of the decade, the Fabulous Freebirds, who will make their presence felt next year.
And what we're seeing now is really the christening of the world-class name. It had been mentioned here and there before, a phrase tossed around occasionally, but it wasn't something that truly defined the promotion yet.
Exactly, because in the later part of 1981, something big started happening behind the scenes. Representatives from the Christian Broadcasting Network approached the Dallas office with the idea of taking this wrestling program and broadcasting it nationwide across their stations.
And that national reach, Joe, changed the conversation. Suddenly, Dallas wrestling, already popular in Texas, was going to be pumped into brand new markets all around the country.
And that's when the folks in charge needed a name, a brand that reflected just how big the promotion was becoming. World-class championship wrestling had the right sound, the right feel. It conveyed excitement, athleticism, and the idea that the wrestlers here could stand with anybody in the world.
Now, it's important to remember, the world-class name wasn't officially in place when these early Star Wars events happened. That's what makes this period so fascinating. The February Super Show earlier this year, the one tonight, the ones coming later in October and at Christmas, they're all part of the transition into that new identity.